And top of the morning, this is Diabetes Ninja, and I'm here with Lar of Lar's Gaming Channel.
Heyo.
And today, I'm going to be doing a response to a request from a speedrunner on speedrun.com named Icky. He thought that my having used Janet for the single segment course B, that we should do it with characters who are available from the default. So I decided to operate within the new game category. So we're going to go ahead and default the options.
And is new game an existing category, or is it just something you're doing?
It is something I'm doing at the request of Icky, and it isn't at the request of the actual person who moderates, which is SSBM Moody. So this actually may never end up anywhere on the leaderboard, but just in case that they want to make differentiating categories, I figured I'd go ahead and weigh in. Also, stay tuned, as pretty soon I'm probably going to be running all courses, and I'll be doing that in both the New Game Plus and New Game categories. So, Course B, New Game, is what we're doing right now.
Alright. I'm not entirely against the idea of a lot of different categories for games, because some games definitely benefit from it, but I would imagine for a fighting game, if they're a character in the game, as long as they're not, like, tournament banned or something, they're probably fair game, I'd imagine.
Well, also, just to be on the safe side, I decided to also leave the timer on the default settings, because in case that matters, we basically just want to operate on default settings, and that may, I'm gonna submit it to the normal category, and they may develop a new category for default settings, new game, single course, and we'll just see what happens. We'll see what SSBM Moody does.
But by your definition, what you're going for is a new game category would theoretically be everything default, no unlocks.
Yes.
As if you had just bought the game and popped it in for the first time.
That is how we're operating.
Okay. That's simple. That's easy to get a gist on. I actually have not heard this theme music in a long time.
The Virtua Fighter 2 soundtrack is one of the best soundtracks in video games. I'm not even going to qualify fighting game. Virtua Fighter 2 stands the test of time. It's for sure in the top 5 soundtracks from the 90s. Also, I'm a unapologetic Sega head who also thinks that Streets of Rage belongs in that too.
I'd say it's one of the best soundtracks on the hardware. I'm not familiar, actually. I had a Virtua Fighter 2 PC release disc, and for whatever reason, the music did not work.
That is a shame.
So I've played Virtua Fighter 1 on an arcade cabinet, but Virtua Fighter 2 I've played on PC when I was growing up and did not have any music.
Yep, that wake up was a million years, so don't stop unless you know the guy's going to be on the ground still. So we're already doing worse than the Janet run, of course. The way that I did it before was, in my opinion, the optimal way to run, which is with abbreviated time limits and access to Janet.
That's part of the speedrun, right? Like, you want to use everything the game gives you to get the fastest time possible.
Moody may decide to have another category, or he may not to. It's his choice as moderator. We want to take this opportunity to thank the moderator of Fighters Megamix, and also thank speedrun.com for
Oh, I'm definitely not trying to tell anyone how to do their jobs, and I have nothing but respect for the people who take time out of their day to moderate something for the benefit of the community. But if you're asking my opinion, it just seems like, it's in the game. You want to use the optimal strats. That's part of speedrunning, is it not?
Here's the thing, though. Icky contributes to the Virtual Fighter series and is a decorated speedrunner in a bunch of different categories on a bunch of different games. So he's not just like a random guy. I think that
I don't accuse him of any of the sort.
Also, if you're gonna make me an excuse to play Fighters Megamix, sold. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, I mean, that's true. The Saturn does not get much love. And that's partly because you only have one controller, so we can't play Street Fighter X-Men.
Yeah, I apologize for not being able to present that in video form. I'll have to. I need to invest in another Sega controller.
I'm sure they make like aftermarket ones.
Oh, I like first party. I know that these things are. I know that nobody likes the Sega Saturn controllers. I also, funny enough, I never upgraded to the Nights into Dreams giant thing that almost resembles a Dreamcast controller in design.
I played at one of those at a con. They're not quite Dreamcast.
They're silly to me, but they feel sturdier. They feel more expensive, and they are.
They are more expensive. That's 100% true.
Well, that's part of like what you demand whenever you're paying extra is you want it to feel like you've paid extra when you're holding it, and it feels like it's cost more money.
What I want is for them to do what they did with the Dreamcast. Somebody made a PS4 adapter for the Dreamcast. I think it's like a Bluetooth adapter. And if they'll do it for the Saturn, that'd be most helpful.
All right.
I could play any game on a Sony controller and pretty much feel like that's a good default. That's a good all-around controller to me.
All right, and so this is, of course, as indicated by the word final down there in the left-hand corner. This is the final stage. And it looks like that was Fighters Megamix in 3 minutes, 30 seconds on the default settings. In the new game category.
Why did you pick Tokyo out of the default cast, out of curiosity? What does he bring to the table?
I kind of deviate very little from the notions of like having consistent characters who have predictable movement and striking patterns. I don't know, man. I'm a buttons guy when I don't know.
Does Jeffrey still have that like one combo kill that he used to?
Yes. Now, it's a trade-off because Jeffrey's got the highest kill potential of any of the default characters. However, Tokyo's got armor, and maybe that's like cowardly, and I'm like requiring less precision and less imagination of myself. And for those who have like seen my other videos and have that particular criticism, yeah, guilty as charged. I kind of stick to the script, and it's kind of
you use the advantages of the game to get the fastest time.
It's one note, and if I were being honest with myself, it's kind of a low skill category.
Whatever, man.
But it's in a game that I love, and the main point was contributing to the tapestry. And I want to thank Icky for having brought it up in the first place. I enjoyed having broke out the Saturn again. Want to thank once again Moody for moderating Fighters Megamix, and I want to thank speedrun.com for having a place to have it be moderated in the first place. I want to thank Lars Gaming Channel for the use of his equipment, and want to remind everybody to support brick and mortar and support physical goods. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope everybody has a good day.